Hey guys, how's it going? So, Abigail just came out, and it's been a while since I've really done a ton of stuff for E7 and talked about a brand new character that just came out. So I want to talk about Abigail, and I want to talk a little bit about last Piece Karin right here. This is my last Piece Karin, by the way. I tried to pull her, but I accidentally pulled a top model Luca dupe and reset my pity, so that really sucked, honestly. But the main thing I want to talk about is Abigail here. But I saw some Karins, and I have some idea kind of about how she works and how good she is and how I would use her. So let's just get right into it now. So first of all, Abigail. I first built this unit on injury with about similar stats, except much less tanky overall because it was hard to get those stats. And then I eventually decided to swap her over to speed. When I had her on injury, it was like kind of cool, but the thing is she normally wasn't really taking many turns and she wasn't really doing a ton of damage. And normally on targets I would use this on. It wouldn't do enough damage where the injury set would really matter, so she would S3, get that injury, but then I wouldn't really do enough to actually have that bonus injury set actually do extra injury to like an A Ravi or a big tank. Her damage is quite low, like very, very low. Very low multipliers. Even if I had like 300 crit damage, it would be really unimpressive, wouldn't do a lot. I had her artifact, the Golden Rose, on. Not really good on her. She doesn't do much damage, so she's not healing a lot. Not really much purpose putting on her. I think something like Draco Plate, Proof, something along those lines for tankiness is good because her main ability is her supporting with her S2. Now, I think her biggest purpose is an anti-aggro, anti-cleave character because of the immortality and vampirism you give to an ally. You have a tanky character here. You make your unit in the back line like Karin, they become really tanky, which is really good. And overall, just kind of useful. You can give someone like Sagebow and Cezanne the inability to die against a cleave team, Karina, so that they have to go for someone else and Karina will proc. You know, any of those kinds of characters can just completely wipe somebody's team if they're going too aggressive. So it's really, really useful, I think. Now, I know I'm on speed set, I'm not that fast, but I figured, oh, I'll just try to bulk her up, keep a little bit of damage just so she can still put some injury on characters like A Ravi and stuff with this. And maybe if I have her slower, the opponent's immunity will wear off, and then she can give curse debuff to them. That was just kind of my initial thought, but I think it might be worthwhile bringing her up to like maybe 220 speed and just running a unit that actually can strip buffs naturally. This ability actually does also dispel buffs, but like the curse procs at the start of the turn, so it's a little bit awkward. This ability also, Might is cool, being able to push the team, but it's not a very high chance, so you'd normally have to soul burn it, which is a bit unfortunate. And also so many molas to do basically no damage. I think that Might should actually be an attack, like a secondary attack, and then injury set would actually be very strong at her, and she could be a really useful tool. Or especially free-to-play people against like Apocalypse Ravi, who's been running rampant all over recently. That's just my thought. Since it's a non-attack skill, it could actually be pretty detrimental in some circumstances as well. But I think her main purpose is anti-aggro, anti-cleave. So I wouldn't use her as like one of your main DPS. She can be a bit of a sub-DPS, which is nice, doing a bit of damage and contributing. But the main thing is making your backline character just unable to die. Putting a character like Emil Bologna on the back, who could relatively die easily otherwise. A character like Spectre Tenebria, an evasion character in case they get unlucky and get hit. There's so many options like that. Just a character that is normally very easy to get rid of, being able to add that extra turn of immortality and vampirism can often make it so the opponent just can't go for that backline unit at all. And then they instead have to focus on Abigail, wasting a ton of time. So I think making her really tanky, like bulky stats, and then also putting something like this on can really just stall the opponent out so hard and make it difficult for them to actually push through to your carry. I think characters like Emil Vivian and stuff are really cool too, because she can even heal Abigail. So I think that you can run Abigail on teams where you don't have a tank with Aureus, and you can just bring bulky units, Abigail, and then like 2 carries in, and then she can protect a carry that can just solo the opponent's entire team, which I think is really cool. So overall, what I would say is I think Abigail is not like the most must-pull you have to have character, but I think that she's good. I think she's a real good character, just for dealing with that specific scenarios. Now, if you're kind of low on bookmarks, you might want to skip, because either the end of next month or so, or the month after that, we can't be 100% sure. They're going to be coming out with the new Limited, which is probably going to be ML, or not ML, what am I talking about? The new Summer Luluka. And who knows what they might rerun as well. I know that the Chinese version of Epic 7 is coming out next month, and they just buffed Jacko. So it's making me think, well, maybe they're going to rerun Guilty Gear. We're not 100% sure. This is speculation, but just something to keep in mind, that she's not really like a huge must-pull or anything like that. She's just like a pretty decent character overall. Now, let's talk about last Piece Karin right here. So I unfortunately didn't get them. Very sad. However, I saw some of them and I looked at kind of the build that I could make. I think she's very cool. I think she's a very cool and interesting character. She's essentially like super Zahak in some situations. Her base speed is the same as Green Sid, which is really, really good. And she has a crit chance imprint, which is also amazing. So she's really fast, free crit, gives herself attack buff, does a ton of damage. It completely obliterates characters like Aiden and Ryland and stuff. You're never going to see those characters picked early ever again. There's too many counters now. There's actually so many liabilities. People have to protect them very well if they want to use them. But her damage is pretty huge. I think you could run her, you know, like 300 speed or whatever, and then just use that to kill squishies or to outspeed the opponent. But I think an alternate way is you build her kind of like Zahak, or you build her like 280 speed or something like that, with just as much damage as you can possibly get. And you can just have her blow something up. Sometimes just having one of those upper speed DPS characters can be very valuable. Especially if you already take the first turn. Let's say you pick Emerald Lilius or, you know, Peyra or one of those kinds of characters. You can pick someone like that to secure your first turn, and then have her go after just with insane DPS. And if the opponent doesn't have a character that is faster than her but like slower than your other character, then, you know, she'll actually do a lot of work. So I think she's overall pretty good. I think what's really huge is the fact that she gets stealth and barrier for 3 turns, which is insane. Normally abilities will be at most 2 turns, but 3 turns? Characters like Zahak and Strays only get 1 turn of invulnerability. This is a lot. Her damage is also pretty darn big. The Phantom Sword thing is pretty cool, that ignores damage sharing effects, making Arrowwell a lot worse. But when you get Neo Phantom Sword, that's when she really goes insane. She starts hitting so hard. And she's kind of like a Kisei type character, just an insane amount of damage, being able to stealth, and she reduces the skill cooldowns, so you're able to actually just cycle and stay invisible. So in a way, it's almost like Assassin Kali or Spectre Tenebria or something like that. Your opponent has to have AoE, or I guess a counterattack and get lucky, or she can just take out characters like Apocalypse Ravi and other stuff like that, which is a really big deal. So I think she's a pretty solid character. Do I think it's worthwhile wasting your ML5 pity? Probably not. I would wait to see what the next character, maybe ML Rwana, is and what they do before you do it. But I would recommend pulling for Last Rider Crow and her at the same time. This is a pretty good banner right now. Getting like a Ravi dupes. This artifact's not the best. But anyways, I think that it's worthwhile pulling for Last Rider Crow with her. It's actually a pretty solid banner. But just keep in mind, maybe the next level 5 is what you want, so just hold off and be a little bit patient, and you might always get her later if you don't really need her this second. But I think she seems like an overall pretty solid character, and just very fun to use, though she does require pretty decent speed gear to really utilize. And I think that basically covers most of the stuff. I haven't really done a ton of E7 stuff recently, but I'm getting back into it. Took basically a long break from the whole thing, moved, as you can kind of see from the background, etc., right? So I guess some things happened while I was gone. Benny Maru, ML Karin, but that's kind of it. That's all that really happened. We have the buffs next week, and I'll definitely be covering that as well. Benny Maru and Emerald Karin don't seem all that amazing, though. Although we did lose to a ML Karin, which was kind of embarrassing, so oh well. Anyways, the rest of the video is going to be just a few fights that I did, and like a pretty silly thing at the end. And thanks a bunch for watching. I appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you next time. They lose. And if they don't get the extra chance to hit Aiden, there's really low chance. So yeah, Karin will die, but like, that's kind of whatever. And they can't kill Abigail first, so I feel like we just kind of solo win with her. Like, they're probably aiming on her, right? Okay, but like, what's that gonna do? See, they just have nothing they can do. Oh, well, they didn't hit, but even if they did, then what, right?
You want to see it?
Those who fear should give up. If I can end it all with this.
Let's do this.
Don't worry, I'm here.
I'll just heal a little bit,
I'm ready.
and then Zio's gone. Yeah, there's a lot of... It feels like the anti-aggro, anti-cleave units are so frustrating, like Karina and like Sage and those kind of things.
Could you give me something?
But then the cleave and aggro units are so annoying too. But I guess Abigail is just another character added to that collection, kind of. That's how it feels at the moment.
Oh, what's the matter?
Does this do any damage?
Let me end it for you.
It barely killed.
Their battles.
Barely. Just on the edge.
Obey if you wish.
So I don't
to
have
live.
any buffs on me.
The time has come.
Brace yourself.
Okay, in hindsight,
Preparations complete.
that was probably not very smart.
This is your grand finale. Any last words?
In hindsight, that was a very poor decision. Because, like, of course he's squishy. Like, duh. Ow. Okay. They're gonna kill the majority of my team here, I see. They can't kill Bologna right now, though, which is pretty awesome. Like, what are you gonna do? I guess they're gonna proc her and try and steal the buffs. I guess that's the play here. But they didn't do enough damage, so they end up instead looking kind of cringe.
Did you think your little trick would stop me?
Come, I'll take your life.
And he's gonna proc off of this, so I'm not even in danger. I'm gonna do this. Let's go.
In our way, with destruction and fear.
Is my Ravion pen set? Yeah, they are.
Feel my sword.
Indeed they are. I should probably just go for her first, but whatever. They hit a skeletal and they don't do anything.
Oh, what's the matter?
Let's see if this does anything.
Hard, isn't it? So, just give up.
Okay, get some juicy injury. And now, let's see how much this heals me for. Because I'm also on Sigurd's. With Vampirism. So we're at 1 health, and now... Oh. Oh, okay, basically full heal.
How should we do this? Shall I get serious now?
If they actually S3...
I always
Oh my god, he RNL'd. Ugh.
together.
Hey, can you, like, not?
Show me what you can do.
Oh boy.
Whether you win or lose,
This is not good.
it's determined in an instant. I'll take down anyone who interferes with me.
Okay.
Oh, what a has-been.
Jesus Christ.
You'll pay for the dress you ruined. With your life. May blessings be with you. I won't stand down.
I just healed so much with Sigurd's. He did all that damage for nothing.
We both know how this
Thanks for the defense buff, buddy. No way you can kill somebody, dude. No way. I don't believe it. You can't kill the defense buff. I don't see... If you can kill her, that would be crazy. And no way you kill her. Yeah, Bonkai. Now what?
See it? It's too late. Show your elders some respect.
Proof, boy. Alright.
aren't even fit to kiss my feet.
A true knight picks their battles wisely.
All right, she's gonna proc. They're gonna stun. Oh, I thought they would stun Alencia actually.
Will be brought down upon you.
Oh, they resisted. Sure, I'll take it.
Interrupt my work.
I don't think it really does a whole lot, but I'll take it.
Do not be afraid.
Didn't land the might proc. It's only like a 35% or something like that. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, no big.
Sword knows
Yeah, no big deal. Just all right. That's totally cool that just happened. Oh boy.
That's what I do.
One turn cooldown. Yeah, I think we just lost.
You want to try me?
Oh, that's good.
Is that all you've got?
Yeah, Abigail and Karin's a better stealth unit than Tenebria apparently here. Damn, that did like no damage. What was that? Did a piddly little heal, but they're gonna soul burn, which is gonna hit me like a truck.
Good, no choice. My mission
And it's gonna
is my
kill.
top priority. For now. What's with that stupid pose?
Well,
won't
I guess we lose.
This sword knows no mercy. I will take
Unfortunate.
you heights that no one has ever reached. We both know how this ends. Just cut them down.
I made it in the nick of time.
I couldn't do anything because they picked Angel of Light.
Don't come near me.
Please hit her.
You want to try me?
Please kill her.
Careful, please move aside.
You better hope you kill me.
You aren't even fit to kiss my feet.
I think I just won because I resisted that.
I'll be the one deciding how this story ends.
Outspeed, you're right. I will. Thanks to the tip.
It's all